Good evening, sports fans. My name is Aiden Smith, also known as Just Here to Hang Out, and it is my honor to introduce you all to tonight's commissioner for the 2024 draft, Mr. Chase Yance. Good evening, sir. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for that introduction. I want to introduce my right-hand man on the podcast all the time. That would be Brady King. We did this last year. Camera just cut out. I really don't care. So as we go through some technical difficulties real quick, welcome to the show.
What's going on, guys? Back again.
We are back once again.
Different episode.
Yes, we're in a different setting. We've done this before. We did it last year. Appreciate you guys coming out for this stuff. If you guys hear dogs barking, it's because we're outside. My dog's actually inside and just wants to yap. But again, we're back. Brady's with me. People are going to start trickling on in here in a little bit. We'll have some of our interviews, pre-draft interviews that will be rather interesting.
It'll be exciting.
It should be. Brady, obviously, with fantasy football coming up, man.
Yeah.
We are 30 minutes away from our draft. What are you looking at in this draft? What do you think's going to happen as an outside viewer of this?
Yeah, so I think last year, I think we did this last year too. I explained I'm not in the draft. I'm just here to kind of spectate. Last year, I noticed a lot of quarterbacks going too high. There were quarterbacks going in the first round, and people were just panicking, picking quarterbacks.
Yep.
I could see that happening again, based off of prior experience. But I also think that it's going to be more. This year there's a pretty set in stone top of the draft type of thing. So like Christian McCaffrey is the unanimous. Not saying you got to pick Christian McCaffrey, but he's the unanimous number one guy. And then you go to Tyreek Hill, then CeeDee Lamb, then Justin Jefferson. Those are pretty much set in stone. Then you got other guys after that, like Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamar Chase, Garrett Wilson, Bijan, all the running backs. So I think it's going to be a good draft. I'm excited to see who people pick.
A lot of receivers in contract situations. Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb. When those guys are out on the field, they are very good players. But, should the contract talks right now, a month out from the season, scare people?
Not too much. I mean, it maybe a little bit, but I don't think it should scare them from drafting them if you have the opportunity at a fair spot, because if you miss out on an opportunity for something that you're kind of spectating on, it could really screw over your team. And I just think you take them if you're in a good spot to take them.
I'd agree. And then you look at the quarterbacks. I mean, obviously,
Jamar Chase
is an interesting one because Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, guys that rack up those points running the football as well and throwing and everything. But again, we're not going to give any sleepers at the moment, but it should be an interesting draft when it comes to the quarterbacks and receivers. And I want to ask one more thing before I get one of these first guests on. With running backs and receivers, I know there's some draft strategy that's been going on. It's kind of switched over time with it being PPR football.
Indeed.
But why do you think receivers are getting drafted higher than running backs over the course of time? Might be a simple question for some, but why do you think that might be the case?
I think it's because of the less volume running backs get. And I know it's very important to have a good running back in fantasy football because there's quite a big drop-off from, the top few running backs comparative to the middle of the pack running backs or, of course, the low-end starter running backs. But receivers, I just feel like have been getting the ball more and more. Teams have passed the ball more than ever in today's age. So I just think to get one of those top receivers that is going to have a huge season. Like everyone knows Tyreek Hill is going to go, if he's healthy all season, will go for at least 1,500 yards, probably more.
Yeah.
And same with like some of those other guys behind them will obviously have huge seasons. So you just want somebody that's going to produce huge after week after week. But still, I still don't think you should sleep on the running backs. I'm still a guy that would take, I would take Bijan Robinson in the top 5. I would.
Yeah, again, I mean, Bijan will be in a different offense this year. Kirk Cousins throwing the football as well. Yeah. He's going to get more touches, catching and rushing the football. So it's going to be interesting to see. We're going to get our first guest of the night up here. So he won back-to-back championships in the league. We're gonna pass it off to.
I'll pass the torch.
Yeah, we're gonna pass the torch again. I just hope this guy doesn't do what the Chiefs might do this year and three-peat.
I took last year off.
Okay. You took last. Okay.
So I had to let somebody else have a chance, or else they wouldn't come back.
Well, I guess
If I kept winning every year, they wouldn't come back.
I guess nobody wanted to win
I
last
took
year.
the last year off.
I mean, isn't
I
that
let somebody
crazy to
else win.
think? Tosi is back on the show. Tosi, thanks for coming on,
Of
man.
course.
How are you feeling about the draft going forward? What do you think about tonight? Like, you look forward to this night every single year, or what's
yeah.
what's the vibe?
It's the best night ever.
Man.
And you just got people walking through here like it's
Hey,
nothing.
man. I mean,
Like
it's
private set.
yeah, it's Switzerland. It's an open country, but yeah,
I'm
you
like,
know,
right in the middle of the draft this year, number 7.
yeah, about to say, yeah, the draft
So,
order that's been a big thing. So
we'll see how it
7,
goes.
good pick because it's you don't have to wait way too long or go back to back picks and stuff. It's a steady process at
right
the
in
time.
the middle.
Yeah, you're right there in the middle. But
So
again, I don't with my own league, I don't even know who won last year. Was it you?
no,
Who-
I was
who
the
won?
2 years before.
Who
I
won?
can't remember last year.
Who won? I truly don't know.
Was it Travis?
Was it Travis?
I can't remember.
Was it Travis?
It might have been.
Oh my gosh. Let me go back to the league archives.
Because he
real
got
quick.
lucky and he had
Okay.
see, Boa thinks since he won
that-
it first, it's like valid or something.
Yeah,
but
because he
I've
won the
twice.
first year. Like, okay, come on. I
don't
gave
think
one of the
he's been
worst.
relevant since that.
That's
year.
what I'm saying. I gave one of the worst. Well, I'm not gonna say worst
He got
trade, but it was
lucky.
bad. It was.
Patrick Mahomes.
It was his first year as a starter. You know, it's.
You didn't know
it's-
what was going to happen.
Yeah, you have no clue. Again,
He got lucky.
yeah. So yeah, Travis was a champion last year. We'll go through the champions over the years. So we'll actually give it off to the first champion. As much as I don't want to, you can
He
come
has
on up
all,
right now if you want.
Chat GBT speech, so none of this is real.
Yeah, it's all automated voice messaging system. Thanks again, Tosi. Good luck tonight in the draft. We have Aiden Bryan in here. So he was actually the first champion of our league back in 2018 with Steel Crushers was his name. Now he's with
Yeah.
Killer Whales.
We switched names. Killer Whales.
So you won a championship and you switch names?
yeah.
Why? Is that like part of the problem now? Like you switch
Look at
names?
the Redskins. Look at the Guardians. They switch names and they still win.
Well, you don't win. That's the problem. You don't win. Tosi went back to back in 21 and 22. That's right. My fault. But yeah, Travis won it last year and Chad won it in 2020 and my dad won it in 2019. But
And none
yeah,
of
so
them
the
matter
first-
because I won it when it mattered first.
Is that right?
Yes.
I don't even remember the first draft. I really don't. Like it was a long time ago.
You
But
probably don't want to remember it because you
Right.
lost.
I mean, I normally have a series of just having a good start and then just collapsing toward the end. It's kind of how life's been. And that women, I don't know, it just happens. But again, is there anything you want to address the crowd with, or do you think we should start off everything with a patriotic startup?
Yeah, we could.
Should we?
Should we save it for later? no?
Well, the draft starts in 20 minutes, so we should probably. Do you want to do it now?
We might as well.
All right. Do you want to do a duet or do you want to sing it by yourself?
We got it.
Okay. All right. Get the attention of everybody right now.
Would you all stand?
All right. This is crazy. But everybody, please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem by. Well, take off your. That. No one heard that. Yes, we'll do that. And the commissioner and the first champion of the league are going to sing the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free? Almost like it, but hey, we're gonna get a very wired individual in on the
Tonight-
microphone right now.
We are brought to you by Hyundai.
Yes, you're on there.
All right.
Watch yourself here. Evan Houseman,
What's
you got
up,
the
fella?
first pick, man. What's going on with you?
You know, pretty good. I'm torn right now.
You're torn.
I'm torn
Okay.
because truthfully, I believe CMC is a great first overall pick, but
Yeah.
I'm worried about the injuries. I'm worried that
I
he's
know.
not going to play a full season. That's the first pick. Not having a draft till the end of the second round after.
Yeah.
It's scary drafting an injury-prone guy, so I'm leaning towards Tyreek Hill right now.
Yeah. Is he on the block?
He might be on the trade block tonight. I'm open to all trades always.
Okay. We'll keep that in mind. Hey, I remember I drafted David Johnson like years back in
Yeah.
the first pick, and he got hurt the first game against the
Yeah.
Detroit Lions.
That
Terrible
was, that was
feeling.
me last year with Nick Chubb.
Yeah, I mean,
And-
again, McCaffrey's been proven,
Yeah.
but I know what you're saying. It's,
Yeah.
it's tough, but again, trying to bounce back from last year. Did you make the playoffs? I can't
No,
remember.
I missed it by one game.
That's
I
right.
had Nick Chubb go down for me and Cooper Cup.
Yeah.
And I still fought. I had a good running back system. I had Swift, Brees Hall, and Chubb. It's like running backs
Yeah.
when healthy or probably top 3 in the league.
I'd say so.
I had Cooper Cup. I think Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Well, that's a good one. You can't go wrong with that.
and I think D-Hop on the bench. But
Yeah.
I had a pretty solid wide receiver core and running back group.
It feels like every year in our league, it's always there's like a 5 or 6 team race for teams trying to make that 6 seed. It's always
Yeah.
tight, there's always that 1 or 2 teams that split the difference, but everybody else is just in that pack
Yeah.
late in the season. It just really depends on who can stay healthy, man.
Yeah,
And
that's the biggest thing.
you
That's
know-
what I've had in the past couple years.
Yeah.
Injuries.
and again, I mean, hoping that all teams can stay healthy, and that's just not how it goes. It's going to be interesting to see, but
Yeah.
good luck tonight on the draft, man.
Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Just for having me.
Yes, sir. We're gonna get Ty Beagle up here. Okay, Ty's gonna, come on up here. We're gonna talk to him about a selection or two that he made a couple years ago. So, did you draft Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady a few years back? Back
Tom
to
Brady,
back.
I definitely did.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes, maybe. I think
Okay.
I did.
We got fans out in the stands for you, Ty.
Always.
Isn't that something, man?
It's lovely.
You're coming off the Vegas trip about 6 weeks ago. You're back in town. You and Tosi are out there. How you feeling right now? You just vibing?
Vibing.
Yeah.
After the last 2 seasons of coming towards the bottom,
Yeah.
trying to make a comeback this year. A second pick this year.
Second pick.
I might shock everybody with my picks tonight.
Man, he's
I got
leaving
a-
us on a cliffhanger right
I got
now. Isn't that
few,
something?
few options out there. Might
Yeah.
shock everybody, but if I can get them in the second round, I might try and do that too.
Again, that
But
kind of gives you a little room with Evan. Wherever he picks, you've got it. I can make a lot of different
I can make a
decisions.
trade
there,
with Evan,
you know?
too, if I
You
need to.
could. That would be an interesting
depends.
1-2 swap right there.
it just depends.
It's a weird spot to be in the second pick because you have that second pick and then you wait a while, but then you've
Mhm.
got pretty much 2 picks in a matter of 4 selections. So you kind of have that idea to kind of think and formulate and see what's been going on. But again, you also run your own fantasy
I
league,
do.
correct?
I do
How's
run
that
it.
been going over the
It's
past?
been going pretty good. I ran it for 4 years now.
Okay.
The first 2 seasons there was only 4 of us, and then we've expanded to 12 teams
There
last
we
season.
go.
And
There we go.
last 2 seasons we've been
Last
12
season,
teams.
12.
My dad won the first season, won his first championship, got a trophy for that, and then last year I won it.
Man,
So
trying to get some of that to rub off into this league, man. Because I mean,
I need it.
you,
I need it.
You can't go wrong winning any type of fantasy championship, man. But
Exactly.
again, we'll talk about if there's any money wagers or anything like that coming up with that. But again, Ty, thanks for coming out of the
Of
show.
course.
Brady, I'll call you back up here to assume your co-host duties in that regard. And we'll close the show
Interesting.
out. We'll close the show out in a second with Mr. Aiden Smith closing us out. But again, Brady, who are you most interested to see draft tonight?
I feel like I'm
Anyone
most
here?
interested to see Justin draft because last year, and the things I've been told.
Because he's not here yet.
That is true. He's got 15 minutes to show up.
He's
and
not here.
Got some stuff going on. Yeah.
I'm interested to see Justin draft. Also interested to see Boaz draft because I know he won it the first year is what I'm hearing. And bold prediction: Boaz will draft Jonathan Mingo at some point. So now that needs to happen.
Sounds like a name that he would do. The first year we did this was 2018, and that was the Boaz won that draft. He won the draft. He won the championship. All that stuff.
Yeah,
You were in 8th grade, man. It's
Yeah.
been a long time since Boaz has
it's been a minute.
won a chip. I'm just staring at him right now. He didn't even know it. Now he does. Okay. Hey, I haven't won a championship in my league, though. I mean, it was the following year with the championship and lost, but it happens to the best of us. Wait, how many leagues are you in, Brady?
This year, 2.
Okay, 2. You got a big money one, correct?
Not this year.
Not this year.
I didn't enter this year
Okay.
because I lost the last 2, and I'm just like, although I could win, I'm like,
I want to
it's
save
one out of
the money
12
for
people.
other. Yeah, I want to save the money for other things. you know?
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
That's a big thing, but
Yeah.
again, we're not going to waste much time into this. The draft starts in about 15 minutes. But before we get on out of here, we're going to read the order off, so you guys are caught up into this. So first up is, let's see, that's Evan has the first pick. Ty is the second pick. I have the third pick. Michael has the fourth pick. Justin the fifth pick.
Yep.
My dad the sixth pick. Tosi the seventh pick. My brother the eighth pick. Boaz the ninth pick. Travis, last year's champion, the 10th pick. Amani with the 11th pick, and Jordan with the 12th. And then obviously goes into a snake draft format. We're 13:30 away, and we're going to get on out of here. Again, we appreciate all of you guys in the stands. We appreciate you, Brady. And we'll see you guys next time on the Cut to the Chase Sports Podcast.